Imagine this for a moment. You are sitting down to eat, the food is right in front of you, you're hungry, tired, maybe distracted, and suddenly a question appears in your mind. Before I eat, whom should I thank? Is gratitude just a habit we repeat without thinking? Or does it still carry meaning in a world of instant food, instant delivery, and instant satisfaction? Today, we are going to explore a short but deeply thought provoking poem that asks exactly this question. The poem is Thanks God for the Food by S.Y.Young. Let us begin with a brief introduction to the poet. S.Y. Young is a modern poet known for writing reflective and philosophical poems. Instead of using heavy or complicated language, the poet prefers simple words with deep meaning. S.Y. Young often writes about everyday human experiences, things we do daily but rarely stop to think about. Themes like gratitude, faith, dependence, modern life, and human behavior are central to the poet's work. What makes S.Y. Young's poetry special is that it gently questions us. The poet does not preach or command, instead, the poem quietly makes the reader pause and reflect. Now, let us come to the poem itself. Thanks God for the Food is a free verse poem. This means the poem does not follow a fixed rhyme scheme or rhythm. It is written in short lines, almost like a conversation or a thought process. The poem focuses on a very ordinary act, thanking God before eating food. But through this simple act, the poet raises a powerful question. Do we truly understand the meaning of gratitude, or are we just repeating words without feeling? The poem connects faith, food, and modern human habits. It shows how people often remember God only at certain moments, especially when they are about to receive something. The poem is written in 3 stanzas. Each stanza adds a new layer of meaning and reflection. Students, let us now understand the poem stanza by stanza. Stanza 1. In the first stanza, the poet describes the act of thanking God before eating food. This stanza shows how people routinely say thank you God for the food. The tone here is calm and observational. At first glance, this act appears respectful and religious. However, the poet subtly suggests that this gratitude has become mechanical. People say the words because they were taught to say them, not because they truly feel them. The stanza makes us realize that gratitude has turned into a habit rather than a heartfelt emotion. The poet is quietly asking, do we actually mean what we say, or are we just repeating these words, empty words? In the second stanza, the poet deepens the reflection. Here, the poet draws attention to the fact that food does not magically appear. It reaches us through farmers, laborers, transport workers, cooks, and countless unseen hands. Yet, people often ignore this long chain of human effort. The second stanza highlights human selective gratitude. We thank God for the final product, but forget the human struggle behind it. This does not mean the poet is denying faith. Instead, the poet is questioning our limited understanding of gratitude. The message is clear. True gratitude should include awareness. It should recognize both divine blessings and human effort. The third stanza. The final stanza is the most reflective and slightly critical. Here, the poet suggests that people often remember God only when they need something, food, help, or comfort. Once their needs are fulfilled, gratitude fades away. This stanza exposes human hypocrisy. Faith becomes conditional. God is remembered at the dining table but forgotten in daily actions. The poet leaves us with an uncomfortable but important truth. Gratitude should not be limited to words before a meal. It should be reflected in how we live, respect food, and value effort. Overall, Thanks God for the Food is poem about true gratitude. It teaches us that Gratitude should be sincere, not mechanical. Faith should go beyond rituals. Food should be respected because it represents life, labor, and blessing. The poem is simple in language but powerful in meaning. It encourages readers to think deeply about everyday actions that are often taken for granted. To conclude, S.Y. Young's poem reminds us that gratitude is not just about saying thank you. It is about understanding, respect, and awareness. The poem gently urges us to pause before eating and ask ourselves, do I truly value this food? Do I respect the effort behind it? And does my gratitude reflect in my actions? In a fast paced modern world, this poem acts as a quiet reminder to slow down and reflect. Students, before we end, here's something I want you to do. Next time you sit down to eat, pause for a moment, not just to say thanks, but to truly feel it. If you found this explanation helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Comment below and tell me, what does gratitude mean to you? Until next time, keep reading, keep thinking, and stay grateful.